Do you really believe in the concept of a winning window? Or is this just a consequence of an inflated market that overpays quarterbacks? I mean, as the most important player of a team, shouldn't the quarterback be the first one committed to extending that window with a moderate contract and a better roster? And how good does a quarterback have to be to win, even with a bad roster around him, if his contract is massive? See you, man. Bernardo. Man, there's a lot of questions there. There's a lot to talk about. I will say this. I have never understood. There's this one thing I've never understood. What's really the difference between $20 million or $30 million? Now you'll be like, well, $10 million. Sure, but like either way, if I was a great quarterback, I'd take $20 million a year for 5 years. Do the math here, right? If you are, in the end, you make less money. But the opportunity, $20 million a year versus $30 million a year, gives your team $10 more million to spend and bring in better players. And I would want good teammates. Having crappy teammates is the worst. I transferred in high school from bad school to a good school. I, overnight, played with far, far better, more talented players. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. I have guys that are good. They can catch jump balls that are 6'5" instead of 5'8" at receiver. Like, this is fun. Having talented teammates is awesome. And I would want to, whether you're in business or football or sports or I think friendships are huge. You got to be around good people, and you want to be around and work with good, smart, intelligent people who are good at their job. And so, I mean, look, if you make $30 million for 5 years, you have $150 million. If you make $20 million for 5 years, you have $100 million. $50 million is a big amount of money, sure. But either way, you're set for life. At some point, you're fighting for more money, and it's kind of just like, it's just more money. Like $1 million versus $20 million, that's a huge difference. But $20 million or $30 million, like, come on, man. Like, I grew up in a mobile home. I was homeless at one point in my life. I was homeless. I grew up in Southeast Portland. You give me $100 million, that changes my life forever. Whether it's $100 million or $150, either way, I'm set for life. My life is transformed forever. I just don't get it. And really the truth is, if you make $50 million less from your team salary, but you win more, you have the opportunity to have more endorsements and have more brand deals and more commercials because you're a big deal, because you're successful in the NFL. I've never understood you could make $22 million. Well, what about 25? Don't you want to push for a little bit more? Like, it's transformative money. You're set for life. You're set for life. What's 50 more million? Like, I know how crazy that sounds because, like, that's a huge amount. But again, I'll tell you, like, $100 million changes my life forever. Does $150 million really change my life that much more forever? No, it's either way. I am set for life, and my life is forever changed. So, man, I don't get it. I don't understand the desire for, like, let's suck as much money out of this team as possible. Like, I get guys want their money. But don't you want to also have a high quality of life where you're winning and have good people around you and good teammates? Just, to me, like, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand that this push for a lot of it's ego. Like, I'm the highest paid quarterback, and I don't know. I don't know. Like, again, as a guy who grew up in Southeast Portland, and not the good part, like Gresham, where my friends were, they grew up, and a lot of them are gangbangers now, and some of them are dead, and they're drug dealers. Like, I lived in a mobile home as a kid. $100 million changes my life forever. Would 150 really make that big of a difference? Like 50 more million? Like, either way, I'm set. Here's the thing. The best chance for a team to win a Super Bowl is during a quarterback's rookie contract. You're paying your rookie quarterback, and really those first 5 years of a first-round quarterback in their rookie contract, you pay him about $7 million a year for about 5 years. And so you have more money to spend on other positions that are not quarterback. Most quarterbacks in the NFL are massively overpaid. How many quarterbacks deserve to make $35 million a year? Russell Wilson makes 34. Russell Wilson's incredible. Not a lot of guys like Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. Who else deserves that much money? There's not many other guys that deserve that much money. Like Carson Wentz, the Eagles quarterback, is incredibly talented. And Carson Wentz is not the reason why his team is not winning. But the truth about Carson Wentz is he needs help. He needs better teammates. And he got paid $33 million a year. and he's losing, he can't win with less help. He's not Russell Wilson. He's not Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes. So I think, man, most quarterbacks, like Dak Prescott wants $35 million. No way. No way. You're not winning now. You want to get paid more and have worse teammates and you think you'll win again? Like, no way. No, not happening. Most quarterbacks that want $35 million are delusional and crazy, and I think most quarterbacks in the NFL are massively overpaid. And that's not the market. That's not the market for Russell Wilson is not the same as the market for Dak Prescott. I don't care. They're not the same level of talent. So that's my whole take on financially and quarterbacks and all that stuff. Yeah, it's better if your quarterback makes less money because you can get him better teammates. And if you're a quarterback and who you want to win, and you say you want to win all the time, then you'll take less money, in my opinion, to play with better people.